Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Riley's World, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're here again. We're here again. Plenty to discuss, you know what I mean? This time, the fans, you are the one that's going to lead what's going on. I want to hear from you guys, you know what I mean? The fans of the different football clubs. Some hot action going on. Some hot topic, you know what I mean? Some big game, some good game, you know. So we wanna be discussing those games, you know what I mean, who we think gonna win, who we think not, you know, all of these things. But guys, you know what it is, first and foremost, we give thanks to the Most High, without whom this ain't possible. You know what I mean? So we give thanks to the Most High, you know, for health and strength, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you know what I mean? All of the above. Yes, guys, big weekend of big weekend ahead of us. You know what I mean? Before the international break. You know what I mean? Before the international break, we have some big games, some very interesting games as well. You know what I mean? Some games where should I be normal or easy, but not even say easy because no team in the league is easy. You know what I mean? But I mean like not so significant. You know what I mean? So for instance, Arsenal versus Sunderland. You know what I mean? Why is this game so huge? You know what I mean? For more than one reason. You know what I mean? You have a Tottenham versus Manchester United. You have Liverpool versus Manchester City. You know what I mean? So some huge games, you know what I mean, with what now have bragging rights, have some records on the line, you know what I mean, all sort of different something, you know what I mean, going on in these games, you know. Liverpool and Manchester City kind of at it same level to me right now, you know what I mean, based on where they are and what they're about to. You know what I mean? Liverpool and Manchester City kind of in the same kind of farm as far as I'm concerned. You know, so let's see. Liverpool just finding back farm after being knocked around, you know what I mean, by a few clubs. You know what I mean? When I say knocked around, I mean like they were knocked around by a few clubs and they're coming back to their own. You know what I mean? Manchester City has been slowly rising, you know, and all of that. So let's see what's going on. Um, Faldor said, yo, Faldo, what's up? What's going on? Here talking about the games tomorrow. You know what I mean? Probably in a few hours where some people at, you know, the likes Manchester City and Liverpool. You know what I mean? Big game. Big game. You know what I mean? I'm playing for under 15 Spurs, man. Big up Spurs, man. Big up Spurs. Big up yourself. Man U Spurs prediction. Yeah, Man U United and Spurs. You know what I mean? Drop your prediction in the chat. You know what I mean? And let me know which team you support as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let me know which team you support and drop your prediction in the chat as well. Yeah, big up Spurs said the chat. A lot of Spurs fan tuning in. A lot of Spurs fan tuning in. Big up Spurs. I don't know about the one and only what? The one and only what? Y'all think y'all gonna beat Manchester United tomorrow? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know. Mr. Spurs 1, Manchester United nil. Don't have a team in the EPL. Oh, you don't have a team in the EPL? Why not? Why not? Come on, you Spurs, said Samuel. So guys, these games are interesting, you know what I mean? Spurs has gotten some slap around by Chelsea. You know what I mean? For some reason Chelsea just seem to have Spurs ticket. You know what I mean? For some reason Chelsea always seem to just put Spurs under one headlock. You get what I'm saying? And just stick with them 3 points. You get me? And Yeah, Spurs just don't seem to have an answer for that. You know what I mean? Can y'all take this out on Manchester United to is it tomorrow? You know what I mean? What you guys think? You know what I mean? Can Spurs manage to get these 3 points? There's a lot of you Spurs fans in the chat right now. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think. Give me your prediction. You know what I mean? Spurs will win 3-1 and all of that. Yes. So how many trophy you win last season? Here comes the trophy talk. Here comes the trophy talk. Here comes the trophy talk. Y'all almost got relegated. And almost relegated. Imagine that. Wow. But it's all good, Spurs. No worries. No worries. No worries. No worries. Mr. said both teams are erratic, but I think Spurs has more need to win at the moment. Well, yes, you're probably right because as I said, Chelsea just teach Spurs a lesson. You know what I mean? And in doing that, it's just a situation where Spurs need to provide an answer. You know what I mean to what's going on. Spurs been very inconsistent. You know what I mean. They've been hot. They've been cold. Just like Chelsea. So it's like there was two inconsistent team that was playing. You know what I mean. And I don't know. It just seemed that Chelsea came out victorious because Chelsea seem to always be coming out victorious over Spurs. You know what I mean, of lately. So guys, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. What's going on? What's your comments to Liverpool versus Real Madrid? It was a good game. You know what I mean? It was a good game. You know what I mean? It was a good game for Liverpool. It was a fantastic win for Liverpool. You know, it was a good win for Liverpool. Liverpool needed that. When they needed that win. I mean, like they won against Aston Villa in the Premier League, and that kind of put them back in some confidence. But that was a poor Aston Villa team. You know what I mean? I don't know how Aston Villa team played like that. It was a poor Aston Villa team. So, but to come up against the 15 times champion Roma Gen, you know what I mean, and play the way they played, you know what I mean, and came out with a 1-0 victory. You know what I mean? It was a fantastic result for the Reds, for Liverpool. So, so you just tend to ask the question, is this the comeback that Liverpool fans been waiting on? You know what I mean? Is this Liverpool climbing up again? You know, guys, let me know what y'all think. Let me know your comments. Tottenham real North London. Tottenham full up. Yo, when I deal with them thing then at the top, man. No. So guys, let me know what's going on. So, what's going on with Tottenham? So, after Tottenham get brushed aside, you know what I mean, scored by Chelsea, they went over to the Champions League and they won 4-0. You know? So, they went over there and they won 4-0. So, this is a Tottenham team coming back with a little bit of confidence. You know what I mean? Coming back with a little bit of flair. You know what I mean? So, let's see if they can step up to the challenge against this Manchester United team that's 3 games in a row now. You know what I mean? They have the player of the month and they have the coach of the month. So let me see what's really going on, how this game gone pen out. You know what I mean? Manchester United looking to go 4 in a row. You know what I mean? And Spurs looking to revenge the defeat, the cut ass that Chelsea instilled upon them. Right? So it's gonna be a very interesting match. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a very interesting match. I'm not sure what result. I'm not sure what scoreline I would really put on this game. You understand me? It's a game to me that's kind of even. You know, it's an even poised game in my eyes. You know, Spurs, as I said, been inconsistent. You know, they've been hot and they've been cold. Manchester United, been on the rise. 3 games consecutive wins, after their hot and cold performance. You know what I mean? So, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Spurs are Poppy Show side, said someone in the chat. Enjoy another season with nothing, said Napa Lick Music. So, Spurs fans said enjoy another season with nothing. Well, they did win the Europa League after almost being relegated, so you know what I mean, you have to give them that. At least they can dust out their trophy cabinet and put something in now. Right, guys? Yeah. They will fall. That's Ruben Cameron. Well, let's see, guys. Let's see. As I said, the games are going to show tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, let me see. Poppy Show League. Which league do you support? Tell me the league that you support. Tell me the league that you support. And we can talk from there. Tell me the league that you support and let us start from there. Manchester City versus Liverpool. Big game, guys. Big game. What's your take on it? Manchester City, as I said, been going about their business very sneakily. Under the radar. You know what I mean? They've been going about their business under the radar like nothing is happening. You know what I mean? And we're talking about Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? We're talking about Haaland. You know what I mean? The robot. You know what I mean? And don't think he's not listening to some of these podcasts and hear what's going on. You know what I mean? Because he scored the other day and you realize he did the robot dance. You know, the robot dance. So he's hearing you guys. You know what I mean? He's hearing you guys. So we're talking about Haaland. We're talking about Manchester City. You know what I mean? We're talking about Pep. Right? We're talking about Slot. We're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about Van Dijk. You know what I mean? It's mad thing, man. It's mad thing. Who you guys think will win that one? You know what I mean? Liverpool seems to be finding back their way home. You know what I mean? Liverpool seems to be ready and waiting to defend their trophy. You know what I mean? So let me know what's going on. Jagdesh said, hey bro, what's up? What's up? Bunch of goons. Gunman side. Yo, a Jamaican the way I talk. Nah, I say nothing. You know what I mean? You know I could know which side you support. You get me? All side a gunman side. Everyone I side I'm a striker. Everyone on the side them have striker, so let me know. You know what I mean? You just in the talk I say a bunch of nothing. You get to me, I say? Yeah man, so the Liverpool and the Manchester City game, you know what I mean? I think that probably gonna have the potential to be the game of the week. You know? I think some fireworks gonna spark into that. You know what I mean? Yeah man, I think some fireworks gonna spark into that. The result for me as an Arsenal supporter, as an Arsenal fan, is a draw. You know what I mean? It's a draw for me. I am from Brazil. Big up Brazil. Big up Brazil. It's a draw for me. Bayern Munich versus Arsenal will be a good game. It will be a massive game. Those are two top of the league team. The thing about it is this Bayern Munich haven't lost a game all season. You know what I mean? Arsenal lost one. You know what I mean? And look how you see the lineup look. So Bayern Munich hasn't lost a game all season. Arsenal lost one. Arsenal hasn't conceded a goal all season in the Champions League. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a mind blowing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a mind blowing game. Um, Jen Mike said hi. What's up, Jen Mike? How are you? Doing well, man. I'm doing well. You know what I mean? Right here, just come on to chill and have a little chat with you guys. You know what I mean? Have a little chat with you guys about what's going to go on tomorrow. You know what I mean? Just what are the thoughts on the games tomorrow? You know what I mean? What's the prediction? What you guys think? What you guys thinking? You know? So, yeah. So we're on the Liverpool and the Manchester City game. You know what I mean? As I said, it should promise to be a cracker. Promise to be a cracker. Manchester City with Pep Guardiola, they're on the rise. They're on the rise. And Liverpool is also on the rise. You know what I mean? Defending champions Liverpool as well. Remember that, guys. So they're here defending their title while everybody is trying to get it. You know what I mean? They've been stumbling a lot. You know what I mean? Since the season started. Liverpool, remember, this is the same Liverpool team that kick off the season like quick and fast. The same Liverpool team that run off with the season where nobody thought they were going to get catch. You know what I mean? Nobody thought them were going to get catch. You get me? So, I don't understand. And all of a sudden, boom. Them just start slide. Slide. You know, when you put your child up on the little slide and go down at the end down there, away from them for slide come down, and Liverpool that. You know what I mean? Just a slide. Yeah, they just beat Madrid as well. So it's like them a slide and in the middle of the slide they just stop. You know what I'm saying? They just stop. So and they start going back up. You know what I mean? Because to be in the form that you was, and you catch a lifeline from a poor Aston Villa team, and then you work that lifeline, and you went ahead and you beat Real Madrid. You know what I mean? That's a fantastic result. That's a fantastic result. Andy said, "Hey bro, what's up, Andy? You score from a corner, then park the bus for the rest of the game. Arsenal never park the bus, bro. That is not true. We never park the bus. We'll score from a corner because Sunderland probably gonna park the bus. You're probably right. You park the bus, we score from whatever we need to score from, and that's a fact of what's going on." David, or rank the big six. A dead football that can't be dead football if a team parks the bus. How do you expect them to score? The teams don't play Arsenal like they play regular teams. They don't open up the game. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody's playing fluent football, back and forth, running up and down, a team, look at the teams, every team that play Arsenal this season, park the bus. They always have 11 players behind the ball. So, what's next to do? What is next to do? You know what I mean? They always have 11 players behind the ball at all time. So we score from a set piece. You know what I mean? If you park the bus, we're gonna score from a set piece. If you attack us, then we're gonna flood the goal. We would dare any one of y'all to attack Arsenal team. And then you'll see what happens. Score from a corner because they don't learn to defend Gabriel. Them team they will make Gabriel score from corner stupid. Said RIP or R1P. David, did United park the bus first game of the season? Honestly, don't remember. Hey, but at the end of the day, United and Arsenal went at it first game of the season. Arsenal didn't park the bus. We scored from a set piece. We were on the back foot from United, and that's a fact. You know what I mean? We score from a set piece. That is fine. That is fine. Set piece goal is a part of the game. Right? David, you Manchester United fan? Actually, I liked your accent. Thank you, thank you. United them did part the bus, but them did get on it and go home. I'm a United fan, yeah, ha ha ha. Oh, that's why you hurt. Don't worry, man. We gonna meet again. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, where were we? Where was the first game was at Old Trafford? You know what I mean? The first game was at Old Trafford, and the reason why y'all feel the need to attack was because you was at home. You know what I mean? We went to Old Trafford for 3 points and we got that. You understand? We went there for 3 points and we got that. Y'all have been poor. Even in the 3 games that y'all win and all of that, you know what I mean? Y'all ain't making much sense this season, David. So I don't know. At the end of the day, I remember the days when Arsenal playing beautiful football. You know what I mean? Tiki taki, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Fantastic. You know what I mean? 11 players touching the ball 3 times each before Jack Wilshere slot in the goal. You know what I mean? All of those beautiful things happening. And what was the result of that? The result of that was nothing. The result of that was nothing. Arsenal never won nothing with all of that beautiful football that they were playing. You know what I'm saying? Never won nothing. Football is about winning. Jose Mourinho came to the Premier League and he won it. He won it by defending 15 goals conceded in the entire Premier League. 15. You know what y'all call him? Y'all call him the special one. Y'all call him the special one. It was boring football. He parked the bus all the time. But y'all call him the special one. Nobody criticized a billionaire club, Chelsea, that parked the bus and counter to win games. It was awesome. But guess what? Arsenal finding ways to win is a problem to every single team. Not only that, it's a problem to all these teams that are now adapting and playing the same way. That's hypocrite behavior. You know what I mean? Adapting and playing the same way. All these teams trying to score from corners, attacking goals from corners. All these teams now taking long throws. All these teams adapting. You understand? That is what's going on. Winners find a way. Our winning mentality has been lacking for a second now. Arsenal finding a way to win. That means the winning mentality is back. Clean sheets. We don't only score from set pieces because we have a lot of goals. Lots and lots of goals. You understand me? We have clean sheets. We're on the verge of a record clean sheet. One more clean sheet and a win against Sunderland, and that's a record broken that was there standing from before, way before I was born. You understand what I'm saying? This team is making history. So anybody want to sit down and criticize? Hey, we're fine with that as Arsenal fans. We're fine with that as Arsenal fans. We've been playing the best football and the better football for years with no trophy. Not this season. Not this season. You know what I mean? This season is not a trophyless season. So guess what? We must find a way. And we will find a way. We will win. As a United fan, I don't understand the criticism of Arsenal and set pieces. Why would you not want to score from a corner? Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy your clean sheet trophy. We will, because we will win trophy. So don't worry. It's not going to be a clean sheet trophy. We're going to win trophies. Make sure all of y'all subscribe to this chat. To this channel. Make sure all of y'all subscribe to this channel. So guess what? We can be right here. So I can say I told you so. Okay, guys? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Because we're going to be right here again. We're going to be sitting down right here. And I'm going to have these trophies in the back. Hanging up. You get me? Yeah, man. Right here. Right here. Prediction for the 3 games that's up, said David. David, drop your prediction in the chat while you're at it. You know what I mean? Anybody want to predict the games that's up? The 3 games that we're talking about? Go ahead. Let us talk predictions. Let us talk predictions. You're gonna win nothing, says the Spurs fan. Okay. Jesus died on the cross for all your sins. Amen. Jesus love you. Amen. Give me your score prediction, guys, for the games that are up. You know what I mean? I think Manchester United gonna beat Spurs. So all the Spurs fan in the chat, y'all need to go practice how to win a game. Big up the neighbors, the noisy neighbors, Spurs. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I think Manchester United might be too much for Spurs tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna be a overwhelming game. I don't think Manchester United gonna run away with it. You know what I mean? It might just be a 2-1 win or 3-2 win. You know what I mean? I don't even think it's gonna be like that high scoring. You know what I mean? I don't even think that's gonna be that high scoring. So, you know. Speaking about Spurs, didn't you see Spurs players shoving and running away, shoving and running away the coach? You know what I mean? There's trouble in the camp at Spurs. You know what I mean? They can't even play as a team. You know what I mean? They can't even lose as a team. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even make sense. Spurs doesn't even make sense sometimes. But y'all Spurs anyway, so what's the difference? Ain't nothing. Right, neighbors? Yeah. If we can come to London and take over London from y'all, then I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's it all about Spurs. It is what it is. Yes, so as I said, I predict Manchester United will have a win. The tricky one for me is the Manchester City versus Liverpool. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be honest, you know what I mean? I'm not sure I want Liverpool to win that game. You know what I mean? I don't want none of them to win that game, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? A draw is more affordable for Arsenal. You know what I mean? A draw is more affordable for Arsenal. And yeah, because if both teams drop points and Arsenal win, you know what I mean, then we open up a wider gap. The gap is what, 6 and 7 right now? So you add 2 to that. You know what I mean? 6 and 2, 8. So you're going to have 8 and 9. You know what I mean? 2 to that, you're going to have 8 and 9. So, you know what I mean? Let's see. You know what I mean? That draw is more suitable. But Manchester City is on the rise. Liverpool is back again on the rise. And I think the momentum right now is with Liverpool. You know what I mean? A different kind of momentum, I should say, is with Liverpool. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. But David said, but Liverpool are the new United. Liverpool are the new United. Um, Mozoom said, Hala Madrid. Yeah, man. Hala Madrid. Pep is Arteta daddy. There's a lot of Jamaican in this chat. Yo, the big up on yourself, man. Walk one a yard. You go to have light. Everything good a yard. Light is back. I want to the overseas. You know what I mean? Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. Oh yeah, we'll be in top 5 Ballon d'Or this season. That will never happen. That will never happen. So guys, yes, so that's it. That's the Liverpool situation for me. You know what I mean? I think Manchester City and Liverpool game is gonna be something special. But I don't know. I want to draw for that game. You know what I mean? I want to draw for that game. And if I'm supposed to get or choose a winner, you know what I mean? I probably choose. I'm going to choose City because I think Liverpool team is very very strong, and I don't think Liverpool team finds form as yet. You know what I'm saying? I think this Liverpool team is very very strong, and it's better if they come from a far behind than too close to the top. How would you think about Tottenham? Did they play you got? Would you be like bandit? Or what do you think about Tottenham? I'm not sure I'm understanding that. Ala Madrid, you all will see. All of Arsenal first team is going to be injured by January. This chat is interesting tonight, you know what I mean? There's all sort of fans in this Arsenal chat, except Arsenal fans. I mean, Tottenham, everybody. Most of Tottenham, though. Most of Tottenham, you know what I mean? The neighbors, them can't even win a game purposefully. You know what I mean? Can't even win a game purposefully. But they just here. Yeah. Arsenal versus Sunderland. The Arsenal team is on the verge, you know what I mean, are on their way of doing something special. You know what I mean? Um, Clean sheets are the order of the day. Clean sheets are the order of the day. This Arsenal team is standing up, and persons have to take notice of what's going on. You know what I mean? Only lost one game so far this season. One game. And that was by a superb free kick. Superb free kick, a set piece. You know what I mean? And after that, we drew one game by a Pep Guardiola side. You know what I mean? Where we saw Pep was playing a different type of football from what we're used to. Pep went down to a low block, 10 men behind the ball, protecting a 1-0 lead. And it was relentless attack from Arsenal. Relentless attack from Arsenal until we equalize. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. It was crazy. It was a crazy game that, saw it end up in a stalemate. And it was the first time that we've ever seen Pep played like that. You know what I mean? Xhaka I gotta give a free goal. It's the first time we ever see Pep played like that. You know what I mean? It was unorthodox of Pep Guardiola. You get me? Unorthodox. You know what I mean? And when he was asked about it, he asked them if they saw the players that Arsenal signed in the summer. You know what I mean? And I think that's mad respect coming from a Pep Guardiola. Mad respect. You get me? So, yeah. Arsenal versus Sunderland. I predict a 3-0 win. You know what I mean? Because I also think we're gonna keep our clean sheet again. I think we're gonna break that record that has been overdue, long-standing record. You know what I mean? That long-standing record. I think we're gonna break it now. You get me? Red Skull in the building. Red Skull, wagwan. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. I think we're gonna break that long-standing record for how much years from before Walla with the Panyas born. From before all of us was born, that record was there. You know what I mean? And if you notice, as Arsenal fans right now, we kind of spoil. You know what I mean? Truth. We don't settle for wins, just wins anymore. You know what I mean? This team has been giving us some treat. You know what I mean? Tremendous treat. So great record, like your most draws in a season. Yeah, so this team has been giving us some tremendous treat. You get what I'm saying? We've been having record breaking game after game. You know what I mean? Something, no matter how simple it is. Max Downman become the youngest player ever to feature in a Champions League game. You know what I mean? As I said earlier on, I wanted to live. Can you imagine how that young man feel going back to school? Crazy. You know what I mean? Hope we break Liverpool record, but it's Chelsea game. Hope we break Liverpool record, but it's Chelsea game. I don't understand that one, Red Skull. Which record for Liverpool? Chelsea have the record with a 15 clean sheet in a Premier League season. 15 goals conceded, in a Premier League season. 11 games without conceding. I don't think it's Liverpool. I think it's two of them. I don't think it's just Liverpool. I can't remember who's the other team. I can't remember. I think it's two teams though. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I think we need those two records though. We need to break Liverpool record and we need to break Chelsea record. Yeah, I know Liverpool have the 11 games and we're on 11 games with them right now. We're tied. We're tied with them right now. So we need to win Man U. That's it. Man U have 8? Okay. But we need to win this one to go 12 and break the record. You know what I mean? We also need to go for the record there with the 15 goals conceded in a season. You know what I mean? The 15 goals where Jose Mourinho can win the championship with. We need to get with the Jose Mourinho record out of the Premier League. Yeah, so it's a crazy Saturday tomorrow. For more reason than one. You know what I mean? Y'all remember Xhaka, right? Granit Xhaka. You know what I mean? Our former captain. You know what I mean? Y'all remember the mess the club was in? Messy, messy, messy time. You know what I mean? Messy time when the fans were turned against the players and the players didn't like the fans. You know what I mean? Granted, Zaka take off him armband and tell the whole crowd for the what. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like it was done for him from there. Done, 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 done. You know what I mean? That's a real love story right there. You know what I mean? Redemption. Redemption to the fullest. You know what I mean? Redemption to the fullest. You get me? And that's the reason why I tell people that Arteta needs to get credit. Because when Arteta take over this club was a mess, man. This club was a mess. The fans and the club was distant. You know what I mean? The fans and the club was distant. Zaka go and come for first war. The fans and the clubs was distant, you know what I mean? And that was clear from what was going on with Granit Xhaka and all of that. You know what I mean? But Xhaka redeemed himself so well, man. Xhaka is just different. You know what I mean? Just different. Him leave from zero to hero. He was supposed to leave the club as a hated person. Every fan's supposed to hate him. You know what I mean? And instead, it was turned around and he left the club loved by everybody. You know what I mean? We can't imagine the welcome, the warm welcome with the Arsenal fans are going to give him tomorrow. You know what I mean? The welcome the Arsenal fans them give him tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because we honestly still feel like Xhaka is one of us. You know what I mean? Honestly feel like he must say one of us. Manchester United versus Spurs. Who you got? Gonna be Manchester United, man. You ain't never gonna be Spurs. In the Prem, Liverpool has the record of 11 games without conceding. Man, you got 8. Hope tomorrow we break them record. Yeah, man. We already break Man U record though. You know what I mean? We already break Man U record. So we're going in down Liverpool record now. RBZ, any man you ain't got no team in Jamaica to follow. That's an Arsenal thing though, mistreat their own. Our 11 games is at Chelsea. How am I getting these games wrong? Tomorrow is our ninth game in a row. Oh, tomorrow is our ninth game in a row, Red Skull. Oh, get where I said now. Me get where I said now. Yeah, my bad, man. No, it's late. Yeah, tomorrow we night game in a row. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but we're gonna win the 11 game there. You know what I mean? But the one that I have my eye on are the 15 goal conceded with the league. I kind of have my eye on the one there. You get me? Yeah, man. I kind of have my eye on the one there. The 15 goal conceded with the league kind of look enticing. Look enticing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Question for the chat. Red Skull, you and also an Arsenal fan in the chat. English League or Premier League? Which one you rather? English League or the Premier League? Because my take on it is this. We've never won the Premier League. We've never won the English League or the Champions League, I should say, chat. Sorry about that. English League or the Champions League. You know what I mean? My thing is this. We've never won. We've never won the Champions League. We have won the English League. You know what I mean? We need at least that bragging rights of the Champions League. That's a record. We have a record in the Champions League that we need to get rid of. Arsenal is the biggest team in the Champions League ever to enter the competition without winning it. All of the other big teams them win it. You know what I mean? All of the other big teams them win it. If we reach January only concede 5, I think we'll break the Chelsea record. Yeah, man, we need to break it. I think we can, though. You know what I mean? I think we can. I think we have defenders that love to defend. You know what I mean? I think we have defenders that solid at defending. You know what I mean? Look at Nkape. You know what I mean? Nkape look like, yo. You know what I mean? Trust me. I'm sitting here wondering sometimes where is it that Lewis Kelly gonna find himself back in this team? You know what I mean? Bro, honestly, think we can win this Champions League. I think we can do the double, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not. Remember, guys, in the chat, it's just us thinking right now. It's just our thoughts. You know what I mean? It's the feeling that we're getting from what we see. You know what I mean? So, no matter come kill we, no matter come for we. You know what I mean? Yeah. After years of being down, we can be excited. You get me? We can think. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Bayern gonna be a serious test though, to be honest with you. Bayern gonna be a serious test. And the reason why Bayern don't lose no game all season, you know. Bayern didn't lose no game all season. That's an interesting scenario. Very interesting scenario. You get me? Yeah. They have lost no game all season. They've unbeaten in what, I think 15 games so far this season. Them not draw none either. Them win all of them. 15 games. Beat everybody. And I mean, Kane's gonna slow the goons. You wish. Arsenal just need to sign a left winger January with an 8, honestly. That give better probability of winning it. Just PSG did January this year. Arsenal with a left 8, with a left winger and a 8. You know what I mean? I don't even think Arsenal gonna make no signing in the January transfer window based on the amount of money that they spend in the summer. You know what I mean? That's what I honestly feel. You know? Honestly feel like I don't think they're gonna make any signing at all in the January transfer window. My guess is this: the best bet we can have is just to hope that all our players come back fit. That's the best bet we can have. Just hopefully all our players come back fit, and with us work it. You think they might do it? Well, Berta not play still, you know. Berta not play. You know what I mean? Berta look like him and them have an agreement before him come. You know what I mean? Because if you notice some signing what Berta make, you know what I mean? Look at Nkape signing. Nkape signing is a masterclass signing. In order for Arsenal get Nkape, they have to get rid of Schenko. You know what I mean? And what them do? Them send him on loan. Where them take him off for the wage bill. You get what I say? Take him out completely. And then them take in Nkape. Pan loan. So it's a loan for loan substitute that right there, so with a buy obligation at the end of the season. You know what I mean? A player of Nkape standard. You know what I mean? Go out pan loan and choose a loan. You know what I mean? There's so much going on at Arsenal right now. There's so much cooking. You know what I mean? You look on the team and you can't realize, yo, people want to come out with team now, bro. You know what I mean? People are trying to reach, are trying to come out with team now, bro. You get me? Yeah, man, there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? And the director, the owner, Cranky say, yo, what it more? Cranky say, yo, them a go hard nice summer. You know what I mean? Them a go hard nice summer. So that's why I said to you that I feel like say the January window go beat. You know what I mean? I feel like in the summer them are complete decide. Isn't it? Feel like some of them are complete the team. And that's on the seat. So, yeah. So that I might take on the thing. You get me? That I might take on the thing. International break is after this. You know what I mean? Jamaica Reggae Boys I go fight for the World Cup position, the World Cup spot. You know? Yard kind of devastated right now, so let us see how well that will work out. You know what I mean? Yeah, let us see. Guys in the chat trolling. Ariane, no trophy, Battle FC. You been talking about completing the side for 3 years, still nothing you win. You will battle it this year also. As I said, guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed so y'all can be here. Okay? Make sure you are subscribed so you can be here. So there's two ways to this. Is either you're going to be here to troll me, to say, yo, I told you so. Or you're going to be here, sit in that chat silently and watch the celebration. Okay? But make sure you are subscribed so y'all be here. Sunderland will win Arsenal. And I bet $1,000. Oh, man. You going to dash your money like that? Honestly, with this Berta signing, Arsenal will do well for seasons to come. Oh, trust me. And the signings are young too. You know what I mean? The signings are young. So it's like a sign experience for the future. You know what I mean? Because Nkapé, experience. You know what I mean? And you sign age experience as well. Young experience and age experience. Like Eze. You get me I say? So you have some experience tonight. You know what I mean? I have some young people who are playing enough game with have the experience. So it's like the future look bright. You know what I mean? The future look real bright. You get me? And believe me, a whole heap a come. Whole heap a come. Arsenal they eventually do well, but from February they start to battle it. Fingers crossed. Gorey, what team you support, man? You have to talk to us, man. Tell us what team you support so we can know who you are. Berta, I gonna make Arsenal always dominated this league. I believe that. You know what I mean? The signings shows, you know what I mean, the players, the willingness when them have want to come to this club. You know what I mean? The fight that they have on the field. You know, all these is what gonna make this team successful. I support Crystal Palace. Okay, now I see why you're mad. No worries, man. No worries. Now I see why you're mad. Okay. Yeah, man. Now I see why you're mad, my bro. I understand. But Arsenal signings this summer has been fantastic, and the summer before that, you know. So it's gonna be fantastic. We won 2 trophies last season. At this season, we can win another one. Okay. As I said, guys, subscribe to the channel. Stick around. We're gonna be here all season. You know what I mean? Don't worry. You're gonna sit and watch as a lift trophy again, but it ain't gonna be for you this time. All right? Yeah. Arteta spent £500 million and got nothing. We face you in Carabao Cup quarter final. Yes, you do. Bro, I'm strange feeling Arsenal sign Rodri. I don't think so, you know. Let me tell you why I not think so. I don't think so. Because for some reason, Vinny is not as invincible as he was under Angelotti. You know what I'm saying? Him no invincible anymore. You get me? And the coach seems Alonso seems to use Rodri a lot. Rodrigo a lot. Him seem to use Rodrigo a lot. So I don't think it's that easy to get Rodrigo out of Real Madrid no more. You know what I mean? I don't think so. You know what I mean? But make we see. You know what I mean? Um, I do think we're gonna sign a winger, a left winger. You know what I mean? I just don't know in which window. You know what I mean? I don't know in which window. Just subscribe, bro. Big up your brother. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, girl. Big up yourself, man. Appreciate the subscription. As I said, stick around, man. Stick around. You know what I mean? We have a lot of celebration. This channel, as I always tell you guys, this is what this channel is about. You know what I mean? At no given time, y'all can banter me or, you know what I mean, hassle me or whatever for. There's no bad feeling, there's no hard feeling. That's what we're about. You know what I mean? We are Arsenal. You know what I mean? And yeah, we haven't won any proper silverware for a long time. And we do understand. We're gonna be trolled by that all the time. You know what I mean? It doesn't ridicule the fact that we're a big club and that we're a bigger club than most of the chat who is talking and have won silverware recently. You know what I mean? The situation is Arsenal been going about stuff the wrong way for a long time. You know what I mean? We're a family club, and Arsene Wenger philosophy and mind frame have had us in a choke lock, in a harm lock for so long that we got blinded to what football should be about. Football is about winning. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Football is about winning and football is about trophies. You know what I mean? And we've been blinded by the fact that we're not winning, but we're playing some pretty football. We're not winning, but we qualify for the Champions League every year. We're not winning, and these secondary stuff has become the new norm to what's going on with us. You know what I mean? And fans like me come and inherit that feeling. And for a long period or too long of a period, it's been okay. You know what I mean? Because we have a record of being the team to qualify for the most consecutive Champions League games and all of this, but without trophies. And as I said, for far too long, these things has become normal. You know what I mean? When the Invincible win, we were young people, young people. You know what I mean? I don't even think we're getting these things televised in Jamaica yet. You know what I'm saying? We probably wasn't getting these things televised in Jamaica yet when the Invincible win. So, if you ask me, we have not really seen Arsenal lift a proper trophy, but yet still we're fans. And that can show you how much dilated we are. We're not like the Chelsea fans or the Manchester City fans who has billionaire owners that can buy the best players in the world, pay the best coaches, you know what I mean, and win some trophies, and people from all over the world see them and like them and say, yo, this team I win trophy, I'm gonna support them. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why their fans jump so much all over the place when they're not winning. When they're not winning, they don't have fans. Because these fans are used to the winning that they have gotten used over the year because of the heap of money that the club have. You know what I mean? They don't know what it is like to bleed with the club from nothing, from nowhere. You know what I mean? We've been celebrating this club Arsenal for years. You know what I mean? For years. Without nothing. You understand what I'm saying? We are fans. We are fans. And that's the reason why you can see us relax now, because our time is now. It's not a situation where we're not accepting another trophyless season. Because the ball game has changed, the dynamics has changed. You know, it's not business as usual in terms of okay, making top four or making Champions League. It's not business as usual no more. We are now in a different league. You know what I'm saying? We are now in a different zone, different frame of mind. The brain kind of woken up and we kind of realize that we've been left behind for a while now, and we'll play catch up. That we're gonna start playing now, catch up with the trophies. You get me? So don't feel too comfortable now. Because Arsenal is here. You know what I mean? And Arsenal here to stay. We're going for every trophy. And I like say, back in the days when we leave out the Carling Cup and the FA Cup, because we say, yo, we don't want them, we want Champions League and we want English League. And we put all our egg in them basket there. And we end up now win them when we don't give up on the other cup them already and drop out. You know what I mean? When them little team run with, I win them little cup that we're not interested in. And then come, look back on me and say, yo, which cup you win? You know what I mean? Which cup you win? These are the tasks that we are get. Every cup now we are compete for. Every cup. You realize the Crystal Palace youth seem the we in the chat same way you went say them are gonna win the Conference League. You know why? Because them know them are get knocked out at the Carabao Cup. It's not a game this season. It's not a game this season. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on now. You get me? So Arsenal is on a different level. You know what I mean? Different level. If we consider goal, if we consider shot on target, we vex. You know what I'm saying? If we concede a shot on target, we are upset. Standards are set. You know what I mean? Standards are set and standards are going to be kept. That's the kind of level we're upon right now. We can beat you in Carabao Cup. No, you can't. You know what I mean? These are what's going to be happening right now. We have some players coming back. The team has started to look fantastic. After the international break, captain has come back. You know what I'm saying? Gabriel Jesus already in full training. You know what I mean? And all of these things. Trust me, just like we can't lose to no big team. We're not playing no more. You know what I mean? Arteta and I like lose. And that's one of the things I like about the whole situation. Yo, we didn't have to get rid of Edu, you know. We had to get rid of Edu. You know what I mean? Because Edu don't have that winning mentality full on. You don't have that Bertha mentality where say, yo, at this we want and at this we're gonna get. That's a Bertha mentality. You understand what I'm saying? Edu have the mentality where, yo, and we circle. You understand what I'm saying? Bertha don't have that mentality there. And with Bertha mentality, Arsenal have a win. Combine Bertha mentality and Arteta mentality, it's a different phase. You know, yeah, man. Him they have to go, man. Him they have to go. You know what I mean? They have to go. We need somebody where more determined in the spot, like Bertha. You know Bertha say he want Yacarez. And Yacarez in get. In Cape, he wanted him at Atletico Madrid. And him come over here and him take him over here. You get me? Winning mentality. That is what we have. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I would say Crystal Palace can win the Premier League. Last game we faced Arsenal. Okay. Bayern I go burn your place. I go burn them dance with the will be done. Look how from reach Forest tell fall off. Look how from him reach Forest them fall off. Yo, all the coach for them hire. Let me show you how Edu now think. Edu left Arsenal and gone hire an ex-Tottenham coach who almost get Tottenham relegated. Ex-Tottenham coach. You know what I'm saying? We almost get Tottenham relegated. Trust me. I don't know what Edu, I don't know what I'm going with Edu. And, you know what I mean? It's a blessing in disguise. He left. We're happy for we thank him for the service that he did. You know what I mean? But it was time for him to move on. Yeah, man, Arsenal legend, man. We appreciate him for what him do. You know what I mean? Appreciate him for what him do. But guess what? Just kindly go in that direction there. You understand? Yeah, man, kindly move on. Aight. Aight. If Arteta goes, will you take Angie next season? He's a funny dude. Go up. You's a funny dude. He's a funny dude, I promise you. Yes, I. But guys, aight, man. Aight. We have the games them tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I might come back tomorrow night to talk about some of them games. I might come back tomorrow night to talk about these games, but I definitely gonna be here on Sunday. It's a earlier time on Sunday though. Way, way earlier. Red Skull, you know the regular time. At them time the Sunday. You get me? Yeah, at them time the Sunday. But yeah, man. Aight. The game them a go nice, the game them a go hot. You get me? Them a go hot. Hopefully we'll pull it off tomorrow and sit on top of the league and stay so. Sit on top of the league and just chilling. You know what I mean? Hopefully we get the draw where we want over Liverpool and City. You know what I mean? Tottenham are going to lose. So we're not even worried about Tottenham. We're not going to lose. Tottenham, you're going to lose. Sorry. Arteta not going nowhere, bro. Arteta is a young coach and Arsenal investing. Arteta not going nowhere. Not for a long while. So trust me. No worries. Nowhere. Arteta waiting for Pep to leave City, then he take over. Arteta not going nowhere. Arteta don't want to take over City. Well, guys, as I asked you before, subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. We're here all the time. We're here all the time. Like them forget Arsenal FC love. Keep one club. Yep. Keep one coach. Yeah, man. Arteta not going nowhere, man. Arteta going. I say Arsenal is a stable club, you know. Arsenal and them club with fire coach left, right, and center. That's why them so picky in what them do. You realize how fast Arsenal got rid of Emery because they realized early that guess what, Emery not it. You know what I mean? Emery are not it. They realized that early. So they got rid of Emery very, very fast. You know what I mean? And they hired inexperienced Arteta. And they rather give him the time. So these 5 years that he's been in training, this is what he's showing, you know. He's been training and now him ready to push forward what I'm learned. This is a team. This is a result. This is what's going on. You get me? Yeah, man. So remember, we're here. You know what I mean? We're going to show you what Arsenal is all about. The best is still yet to come. Remember that. The best is still yet to come. The team still a tune up. The machine will help properly yet. When it does, when you're ready for it, make sure it's on the ready for it. Nah, go normal. No, it's not going to be normal. So make sure you are ready for this. You get me? The coach them see what go on already. And them are ready. I try counter because I'm scared. Arsenal on the rise, people. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? Tell a friend to tell a friend. Arsenal is back. Alright? And on that note, thank you all so much for the support. It's a pleasure having you guys here. Eagles, big up yourself, man. Big up everybody in the chat from everywhere. Tottenham fans, the Eagles fans, the Manchester fans, everybody. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for making it Riley's World. This is what this channel is about. Hey, suppose I tell y'all that I have so much different persons in this chat from different clubs. It's amazing. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be the foundation and the success of this channel. The fact that there's so much different club, you know what I mean, sitting right here. And this is what we do. We sit right here, we debate, you know what I mean? Because that's what makes this channel what it is. I don't want to just sit on this channel with Arsenal fans. That's going to be boring. That's why I like the Crystal Palace fan. You know what I mean? I like the Spurs fan them. You know what I mean? Taunting. That's what this is about. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I'm going to do more streams. I just don't like to come on streams and just freestyle like I do now, because that's what I've been doing, freestyle. I like to put contents together, but I don't have the time sometimes to really do it. So that's the reason why I stay away from the stream sometimes, you know. But we're going to get it together, people. We're going to get it together. We're going to make this something to remember. You know what I mean? Because I like to communicate with y'all. You know what I mean? I don't like to come and just be just talking. I like to read what y'all saying, and we work off each other energy. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys for passing through. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel. Even I can help you, and I'm a graphic designer. I appreciate it, man. Definitely. As I said, subscribe to the channel, man. Be a part of the community. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that help. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much. All right? So, I might come again tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow night. Definitely Sunday. Arsenal sausage team. Beer hot. Make a Discord page. All right, no problem. Definitely. Anything you guys want to talk about, visit the community. Anything y'all want me to talk about in the next live, you know what I mean? Any comment, any ideas, any whatever y'all have, you know what I mean? Y'all can always visit the community and put it right there. I will read it, I will put it together, and we'll discuss it in the next live. All right, guys, that's what we're about. That's why the community is there. The community is there for us. You know what I mean? That's our place. So anytime you guys want to reach out to me, whatever, have something to say, have something to discuss, reach out to me in the community, and we can take it from there. All right, I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for the subscription. Thank you guys for the like, and most of all, thank you guys for your time. All right, yeah, man. We visit. Where can we visit? In the community, in the chat, in the community on the channel. Community in the channel. Right in the channel, in the community. Riley's World Community. When you click on the channel, you'll see the community right there. Yeah, man, you see it right there. All right. So, guys, I definitely think I'll see y'all tomorrow. So, guess what? Let me just tell y'all tomorrow from now. See y'all tomorrow, same time. All right. Peace. Respect.